That energy that was being siphoned from you going to work, you have it. Where is it being placed? And when nothing is being done, you can't point to nobody. You can't blame nobody. It's as clear as day on camera, magnifying glass, sun shining right on your behind. It's you. So you can't blame nobody else because you took the... YouTube was good with it. We back with another video, dog. And today I'm giving y'all an update on how it's been since I transitioned from the workplace, a workspace, into retirement. And as of lately, man, it's been beautiful, but it's been more so a learning experience more than anything. So going into retirement, or at least preparing for retirement, I'm thinking about, I'm finna be doing this, I'm finna be going here. And a few things I have been able to experience, and I didn't have to deal with a lot of stuff that was weighing on me while I was working for somebody, as far as people calling your phone, people, telling you what to do, and just the politics that come with that workspace environment. So a lot of that that's been in the past is in the past, and I don't miss that whatsoever. So like I said, prepping for retirement, I'm looking at it like, I'm finna be doing this and doing that and getting to all these kind of things. But it's been more so a learning experience more than anything, and I kind of already knew that going into it. And I knew with taking this leap of faith that my faith was gonna be tested, and I'm finna be learning a lot about myself. Because here's the thing, with work, a lot of times we don't really have those moments of clarity because we're always doing. We always on the go. We always tending to obligations of what other people want from us versus the obligations we need to do for our own personal development. So it's easy for our personal development to get swept under the rug because work not only requires a lot of time, but a lot of energy. So this is why whenever you get off of work, there's a lot of things that you want to do. It's only getting a little bit of effort or no effort at all. The analogy that I like to use is the toothpaste analogy. Whenever you had a tube of toothpaste and it's almost out of toothpaste, and you're trying to get some on your toothbrush, and you find yourself really trying to squeeze it into that very last bit. And that's what it's like whenever we start trying to wait towards the end of the day after we get off a long shift of work to start doing things that actually bring us fulfillment. So when this happens, the things that we not only supposed to be doing as far as directing us towards our purpose is getting neglected. The time that we need to sit with ourselves, the time that we need to be praying, the time that we need to be spending having those conversations with God are being forsaken as well. So on top of that, the workspace can be a safety net. So you're not really taking a huge leap of faith when you go to work and you know your check gonna come in next week or the week after, however, the pay period work. So it keeps you in this comfortable pace. So whenever it's time for you to gamble or take a risk or take a leap of faith, you're more so hesitant because you're more so used to certainty in your life. Our brains crave certainty. Our brains don't like unpredictability because with unpredictability, we deem it as unsafe. So this is why a lot of times we have analysis paralysis. This is why we can know we need to do something, but we don't know the outcome. So we just stay still. We be too scared to move because our brains love predictability. Predictability means safe, at least to the brain, but we all know that that's not the case. Predictability does not produce growth. So we have to be in uncomfortable situations. We had to be doing things that's going to test us and allow us to be in circumstances that can propel us to grow. And a lot of times we're not going to be able to predict the outcome of those things. All you got to do is trust in God and know that you're going to be good. That's the outcome, but essentially we don't know what that looks like. That could look like me, taking a bump here. That could look like you, making this certain mistake. But you got to ultimately trust that God is going to protect you and you're going to be good, regardless if you got to take 5 bumps, 10 bumps, 15, don't matter. But it's that gap before we reach the promised land that really scares us. It really have us like, man, I don't know. What if my bills ain't getting paid? What if this? What if not that? So we're thinking of all these what ifs. So work seems like the safe thing to do. And if God is calling you to work, then that's what you do. If God is calling you out of work, you need to obey God because God is drawing you into more deeper waters. You want to grow deeper with God, there's going to be more steps to take. There's going to be more water you got to go into. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it comes down to. But that's one of the many things that I just been able to learn, man. And this don't even account for the spiritual warfare that comes when you at work. So when you're around a lot of people that's not like-minded, people that are negative, people that don't have a relationship with God, people that don't dream big, you start to feel drained. Their bits and pieces of their mentality, how they carry themselves, start to kind of drizzle its way onto you without you even realizing. This is why you could be around certain people and you feel like you can do anything. You feel inspired. You feel so motivated to get so much more done because they dream big. They want to accomplish things. They're not just stagnant in where they are in life. But when you're around people that are stagnant, people that don't have a relationship with God, people who don't want to grow in Christ, people who don't want to know God, now you're going against the grain because ultimately deep down you know like this ain't for me. This is not what I want to do. This is not who I want to be, stuck in this situation. So when you have this safety net, your job, the workspace, whatever the case may be, whenever you leave, now you start to see what you're really made of. You really start to see how much faith you really have. You really start to see what it is that you fear. You really start to learn so much about yourself, because now you have all this time that you will put into work. Now you got it. So it's like, what is it you gonna do with it? Are you gonna sit here and be on your phone all day? You gonna sit there and procrastinate? You gonna sit there and try to do everything in your own power? Or you gonna really trust God and be obedient and diligent when it comes to that very thing? I'm learning that in real time as I'm going on a day-to-day basis, just learning. But the thing is, you have to be willing to embrace the things that you're being faced with. Because work ain't there no more. That safety net gone. All that time, you got it. That energy that was being siphoned from you going to work, you have it. Where is it being placed? And when nothing is being done, you can't point to nobody. You can't blame nobody. It's as clear as day on camera, magnifying glass, sun shining right on your behind. It's you. So you can't blame nobody else because you took the... So it just makes room to see where it is that we really stand. I think of it like an experiment, kind of, you know, you take out certain factors and stuff, but it's just been beautiful, man. I wake up, I wake up like around 3, 4 in the morning, 5 a.m., you know, 6 a.m. is the latest. I'll wake up, read my word, I journal, go for walks, go to the gym, making more YouTube videos, getting better at thumbnails. And y'all probably see with this video, you know, and just trying to build that consistency and have that rhythm from moving on from the workspace. Now I'm having to readjust. So I'm used to getting up for work, going at this time and getting off around this time. And then from there, I'm able to plan my day. But now the whole day is on me. It's like, how you gonna plan it? So now I have the freedom to do what I want, when I want type of ordeal. But now it's not only up to me to just execute it, but I have to plan things and make sure that it's sufficient to what it is that I'm trying to do. Because sometimes people will say it's harder to get stuff done whenever you work for somebody, whenever you got somebody telling you to do. And then when you take that out of the picture, they're still not getting anything done. Because when you're not working for somebody, ain't nobody finna be hovering over you telling you you need to come in at this time. They're not calling your phone. They're not bugging you. There's no obligation. It's completely on you. So it makes it easier for us to just put stuff off if we're not careful. This is why we gotta really be diligent. We gotta really have a relationship with the Lord. We gotta really be seeking the Lord and committing our plans to Him and making sure that we're being filled with the Spirit of God so we can move in the Spirit of God. Because if we rely on our own works, either one or two things gonna happen. You either gonna be productive and you gonna point everything back to yourself, or you ain't gonna be productive at all. And me personally, I don't want neither. If I'm going to be productive, I want to be productive for the glory of God and being moved by the Spirit of God, glorifying Christ in everything that I do. So it's just been beautiful because now I have so much time to actually reflect. So when things are being presented to me, when God is showing me things about myself, I'm able to actually have that quiet space and sit down, journal, read, pray, and things be revealed. And I have time to have that clarity come in, and then I can apply it into my life versus something be revealed, or I see that I'm not moving how I'm supposed to be moving, but I gotta get ready to go to work in 15 minutes. It's like, nah, I need time to actually sit with that. I need to reflect. So like I said earlier, man, the transition has been beautiful. It's been more about learning than anything else. It's been about learning more than experiences. And that's the beautiful part, man, just taking it one day at a time, focusing on God, being who He has called me to be, and walking in that boldly and not apologizing for it. And when things are being presented, take heed to it, because it can be so easy if we're not careful to harden our heart to what God is trying to show us. Because we make mistakes. We're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? We're being perfected by a perfect God, but we, in our own strength, we ain't got no kind of perfection in us. So with that being said, when those ugly parts of us are being presented, it can be kind of tough to hear. So love His instruction, love His correction, love His word. So whenever He's speaking, you taking heed, you listening, and you're able to propel and move in a better direction versus staying stuck and stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to be stuck and stupid or stuck on stupid. You know what I'm saying? So, and one more thing before I go that I did not anticipate. So right before I retired, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm writing down all this stuff. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, do that, do this, yada, yada, yada. Being so used to being on a fixed schedule working for somebody and being so used to put the things that I want to do or need to do to the side and just forsaking it. Now I have the time, now I have the space, now I have the means to do it, and there's nothing holding me back but this mentality. And this can be something as simple as I want to learn Japanese, right? And that's something that I really want to do. Wrote it down in my bucket list. I haven't started yet, but just imagine whenever I do start, if there's any resistance to that, where is this resistance coming from? Because think about it. I can learn it. Nothing is stopping me. So the only thing that can stop me from doing that is me, if I get in my own way. You know, it might be a little bit too tough. It might be too hard. Or, I just don't got time to do it. And then we find more time to do other stuff that don't even make us feel purposeful. We find time to get on our phone. So so I'm just learning so much, man. So it's been beautiful, it's been good, but it's been a learning experience more than anything. I love you guys, and until next time, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. We out.